Prepare to be amazed by the strange, the funny, and the utterly crazy things astronauts do when gravity is out of office. These are some of the craziest things ever done in space. Number 1. CSA astronaut David Saint-Jacques takes advantage of microgravity in space to play with honey. When astronaut David Saint-Jacques squeezed honey in microgravity, it didn't drip or fall as it would have on Earth. Instead, it stretched onto long, sticky, elastic strands that floated and coiled in midair, sometimes curling back onto themselves like a liquid serpent. Honestly, who knew honey could audition for Cirque du Soleil? It seems like the kind of magic you'd expect from a Harry Potter sequel, but it's not. This is pure physics. With gravity on vacation, the honey's molecules are held together primarily by cohesive forces, not pulled down to any surface. Number 2. Chris crying in space. How does it feel to cry in space? When Chris Hadfield tried answering that question, something highly unexpected happened. I have a term for it: the weightless grief. As you saw in the video, the tears clung to his eyes like glass marbles. On Earth, tears are metaphors for release. In space, they're trapped, a real physical manifestation of emotions with nowhere to go. Tears stick to your face until you wipe them. Number 3. Chris sleeping in space. Early to bed, early to rise does not apply when you're in space. In space, early is relative when your day is only 90 minutes long. In fact, sleeping in space is a paradox. You are free from gravity's pull, yet trapped by your own drifting body. 6 hours of sleep if he's lucky, dreams optional, snoring possible, and all while orbiting Earth at 17,100 miles per hour. Sweet dreams, Chris. Just watch out for that floating pillow. Number 4. Chris brushing his teeth in space. Chris Hadfield brushing his teeth in space is basically a physics experiment disguised as a morning routine. First, there's no sink, because water in microgravity would rather float around like tiny rebellious jellyfish than go down a drain. So Chris squeezes a blob of water from a bag, catches it with his toothbrush, and adds toothpaste. Brushing is normal, except the toothpaste foam doesn't politely wait to be spat out. In space, if you try to spit, you just end up launching a minty blob that could attack the control panel. So Chris does what any space hero would. He swallows it, and before you ask, yes, it is edible. Number 5. Chris Hadfield's space kitchen. Now, calling it a kitchen is a little generous. It's not like you would find a stove, a fridge, or even a proper table. What you will find is a glorified pouch heating system and a whole lot of Velcro. Here, Chris turns into some kind of floating iron chef, teaching us Earthlings how astronauts eat, drink, and still manage not to starve up there. Number 6. Wringing out water on the ISS. As you can see from the experiment, instead of the water dripping down like we're used to, it just clings. It wraps around the towel as if it's scared of falling, which makes sense because there's no down in space. The water basically turns into this weird, clinging jelly that won't let go. It's like your ex who keeps texting, "I miss us." Unrelated though. Number 7. Chris's kitchen part 2. Space spinach strikes back. I know what you're thinking. Spinach? Who's eating spinach in space? Apparently, Chris Hadfield does. First, he attaches the spinach pouch to the water dispenser, and with a push of a button, the spinach magically rehydrates. He also demonstrates the ultimate zero-G party trick, eating spinach from a spinning spoon. No hands required. Isaac Newton would be proud, or maybe just confused. Number 8. Mixed nuts in space. Did you notice that immediately after Chris opened the can, the nuts inside started bubbling and vibrating as if they had suddenly come to life? It's not magic, it's science, specifically fluid dynamics and gas laws in microgravity. The thing is, without gravity to pull things down, the air and nuts mix more freely. The nuts aren't bubbling because they're boiling, it's just trapped air escaping and moving the nuts. A phenomena that's far more dramatic when gravity isn't around to keep things calm. Number 9. Astronaut tips. How to wash your hair in space. Have you ever wondered how astronauts wash their hair in space? If you think it's with a giant shower while singing Beyoncé, then clearly you haven't been paying attention to this video. Anyway, they use a bag of warm water, no rinse shampoo, a towel, and a comb. The process is simple. Squirt water on your scalp, apply the shampoo, and that's it, no rinsing required. However, when the hair dries, the water vapor turns into humidity, which the station's air system collects and recycles into drinking water. So basically, your astronaut buddy's hair wash today could be tomorrow's coffee. Gross or genius, depends on who you ask. Number 10. In space, everyone can hear you poop. The real nightmare is using a space toilet. There's no gravity to do the work for you. So astronauts must align themselves perfectly over a vacuum hose that sucks waste into a plastic bag. One wrong move, and you've got a floating disaster. And yes, your teammates can hear you poop. Once you're done, seal your masterpiece in a bag and push it into the solid waste vault. As for your urine, it's off to the UPA, Urine Processing Assembly, where yesterday's lemonade becomes tomorrow's drinking water, if you know what I mean. As you can see, being an astronaut means turning the impossible into the everyday. But what's it really like to live out these routines from sunrise to sunset, if you can even call it that in space? For the full story, watch our earlier video, A Day in the Life of an Astronaut in Space. It's the perfect companion to this video and will launch you even deeper into the astronaut experience. Click the video on the right side of your screen now to watch it. But before you do, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.